What's up, everyone? Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell. Welcome back for another video. Today, we're going to be diving into the exciting news that just dropped on First Contact Day. The entire cast of The Next Generation is coming back for Picard Season 3. This is really cool. I'm really excited about this. I've really been enjoying Picard. Out of all of the new shows that have been coming out around Star Trek, Picard is up there at the top of the pack. I'm really looking forward to seeing where they're going to go with this. So we're going to dive in today. But before we do, if this is your first time here, I got to do the prerequisite stuff, which is if you like the video, please give it a like. Hopefully, you'll subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates like this in the future because I do a lot of different content here on YouTube. There's a lot of different playlists. We do TV shows, books, films, video games, cooking, a little bit of everything. We also have a gaming community in the Discord. Links are down there. We'll talk about the world map behind me at the end of this video. But for now, let's dive into the announcement today from over at StarTrek.com. I caught this out on their social media a little bit ago, and I've watched the trailer a few times now. I originally was going to do a reaction video to this, and it immediately got flagged with a copyright strike as soon as I uploaded it to YouTube. So we're not going to do that for this one because I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. We are instead just going to talk about it, and I'm going to recommend that you head over to the website. The links to that are down below to the announcement, and you can go watch the teaser trailer. The teaser trailer got me. I mean, it starts off, he's writing some cards. It's really cool. He's signing some stuff, and then all of a sudden you hear the communicator beeping, and it's like, oh, that sounds familiar. And he looks up and he's like, wait, what? Did I just hear that? And then you see him rummaging through old clothes, and he pulls out the old communicator as we see in this still image from this shot, and he has this moment, and then you start hearing the voices of all of his cast members coming through, and I got goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps now again. It was such a cool moment. I love the trailer. You should definitely go check it out. Um, I'm hyped for this. I really love the Next Generation. It's not my favorite Star Trek show. Deep Space Nine is definitely my favorite, but Star Trek: The Next Generation is my second favorite. There was a lot going on with really cool characters in the Next Generation, but I do like Deep Space Nine more because we had more of the serial storytelling with arcs as opposed to episodic format, which is what we had with the Next Generation. And that's one of the areas where Picard has matured as a show in terms of Star Trek, because this is very much serial storytelling at its peak. We have a very short run of episodes that tell a very distinct storyline over this compact arc as opposed to these 24, 26 episode seasons that we used to get back in the 80s and 90s. I also think that Patrick Stewart has brought a lot of gravitas to the role. He's brought his maturity as a man in his twilight, definitely, um, who has evolved as an individual and as an actor over the years, approaching this character from the perspective of, hey, I'm going to bring some of myself into this role, as opposed to just picking up where Picard might have left off. And I've read a lot of behind the scenes stuff and watched a lot of interviews with Patrick Stewart about what eventually changed his mind about wanting to come back to the role of Jean-Luc Picard. And it was the fact that he was able to tell a completely different story as opposed to just retreading old ground. Now, we have seen some old castmates already appear in seasons one and season two. Not going to spoil any of the storylines here, but I feel like those have been done in a very tasteful way while also still appealing to the nostalgia factor that all of us have from having grown up on the Next Generation. At least I grew up on Next Generation. The original show was a little bit before my time. I was born in 1980, so the Next Generation for me was definitely something that I appreciate more because it was definitely in my generation. So it's really cool that we're getting the full cast. I note that they don't mention Will Wheaton, but I would put money on him showing up as a guest at some point because right now it's only mentioning co-stars. Because he's heavily tied into Trek, still doing the talk show where he interviews cast members from Discovery and beyond. Still very much tied into things. So I wouldn't put it past them to have him coming out of the woodwork at some point. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. But at the very least, we've got the main cast members returning in some role, and I don't know what it might be. I can speculate a little bit, maybe. The fact that in this trailer video, he's hearing the communicator and then he's rummaging through an old box of stuff suggests to me that someone's sending him a message through that communicator, and they're doing it on the down low, which is why they're contacting him through an old communicator as opposed through modern channels. So a little bit of mystery going on. I'd love to hear some of your theory crafting, folks. So if you've got any theories, let's hash those out in the comments below and see what everybody thinks. I'm really looking forward to this. Picard, love it or hate the new generations of things. I enjoy the Kelvin timeline films. I enjoy Discovery. It has peaks and valleys, highs and lows, good things, bad things. Picard has had some good things and bad things, but one of the things I've loved about Picard more than anything else as a show is that we have a more modern Trek where we've got more modern themes. We've got violence. We've got adult language. We've got everything's been brought forward 30 years, 34 years, I think, since this show first aired. And we're not getting all the forced wokeness that we're getting in other shows with Picard. It's more just a really good storyline with really good cast, above and beyond Patrick Stewart himself. I love the captain. Is it Santiago? I forget his name. I just remember him. One of my favorite roles for him was when he was in the Musketeers show for BBC, which is so good. If you haven't watched it, it's such a good show. The costumes, the sword play, everything, and he's a good-looking dude with a beard. Not gonna lie, man crush. Anyway, a lot of good stuff going on with Picard. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they can bring the story forward into season three, which, if I'm not mistaken, they've already finished filming season three. I could be mistaken on that. I don't stay up to date with all of the filming details. I try not to spoil things if I can because I kind of want to go through here. I do want to read something very quickly from the article from the showrunner because I think it's a very endearing note to the fans. He says, "I remember watching the premiere of Star Trek: The Next Generation almost 34 years ago with my father like it was yesterday. It was the spark that ignited my love for science fiction." This is from Terry Matalas, season three showrunner and executive producer. "So it's most fitting that the story of Jean-Luc Picard ends honoring the beginning with his dearest and most loyal friends from the USS Enterprise. It would be an understatement to say that giving these characters a proper send-off is an honor. The entire Star Trek Picard team and I can't wait for fans to experience this final high-stakes, starship-bound adventure in season three." Oh, so we're getting it's starship bound. That's interesting. I don't want to speculate, but I do want to speculate. So I'd love to hear your thoughts below, everybody. There's so many things they could do with season three. It's going to be interesting to see what eventually comes out of this. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts and comments below. Hopefully, if you've gotten to the end here, you'll like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so that you can continue getting updates about this and other things. Don't forget to check out my other Star Trek videos. I've done a few things here on the channel like the Bab 5 versus DS9, DS9 being my favorite Trek show. Check all that stuff out. Don't forget, you can also join our Discord. Links are down below. And if you want to support the channel, there's a couple of ways you could do so. One is by joining as a member. I stream most mornings. There's a lot of cool perks that come along with being a member of the channel. Or you could head over to patreon.com/wandering hermits. The wandering hermits being myself, my wife, my brother, and we're also working with the Nathan Napalm, working on the World of the Weave and the Void, which is that world map behind me. It is a 5th edition tabletop setting with the books due out in June of this year. There's also a point-and-click adventure game like the old Quest for Glory and King's Quest games. You can download the free demo now, and the full game's out later this year. We also have a book series like Dragonlance, with the chapters being published twice a month. All of that's done through Patreon. So check that out. Hopefully, we'll see you in Discord as well, and definitely see you in the next episode here on YouTube. Stay safe, everybody. Stay healthy and have fun out there. Let me know your thoughts on the trailer and beyond. Until next time.